What's up, everyone? How's it going? Our Purpose Nutrition, registered dietitian, online nutrition coach, Desi over here. So whether you are someone who has subscribed to the 7-day meal plan or someone who is just looking to navigate their own nutrition program and creating it for themselves, I want to walk you through a couple features that I want for you to make sure that you are keeping in mind as you are going through your own individual nutrition journey. Now, this is something that I do as an online nutrition coach and a registered dietitian, of creating these types of programs that are specific for my clients and also specific for you. And so I want to walk you through some of the biggest things that I want you thinking about in reference to keeping you successful in the long term. And as always, you're going to find, through this video series that there's always going to be some links where you can join our Facebook group. There's going to be some links where you can apply for coaching just to see if you're a really great fit, because for some that might not be the case. You might really enjoy seeing someone in person. And I think if 2020 has taught us anything, it's that, you might miss just being around people. For others, that might not be the case. And so online nutrition coaching and all virtual coaching might be the best thing for you. All right. So let's kind of walk through what is going to keep you successful in your own nutrition journey. Now, I did this in a way where it's kind of hierarchical, where we're taking a look at bigger things for you to focus in on and putting less focus on other things that probably you've learned in the past. And so a lot of times when someone steps foot in my program, the first 30 days, I usually initiate the concept and the idea that we're just trying to help you unlearn things that you've learned in the past that have not kept you successful and that have not worked for you. Okay, so the biggest feature that we look at is making sure that we look at your calorie consumption. Now, your calorie consumption has a lot to do with what your individual goal is. And so if you're someone who is trying to navigate fat loss, we're looking at a safe and mild to moderate calorie deficit. Okay, for someone who is looking to emphasize building lean muscle, who is looking to emphasize better sports performance, better gym performance, even just looking at mental health, someone who just wants to maintain where they're at and improve upon that, we're looking at your maintenance goal. And so obviously there are calorie calculators out there. I'm a big fan of using the Mifflin-St. Jeor equation. It's something that I always use, but there are some limitations to this, because when you get these calorie calculators, it's not the end all be all. It's not like, okay, I need to hit these calories all the time. It's taking a look at your lifestyle. It's taking a look at what helps you to be successful, because for some, tracking all 5-6 days really helps. For others, that burns them the hell out. And so these are things that I want you thinking about, and getting clear on your own individual calorie consumption. Now, stepping into the next phase, what we're looking at is quality. Oftentimes you might see some of these pyramids and, usually nutrition quality is above macronutrient distribution. No, what we're trying to do is to make sure that you understand that as you balance your plate, we are trying to prioritize nutrition quality, because it definitely does matter. And one way for you to kind of think about this, just in really, really layman's terms, is when we look at nutrition quality, it's things closest to their natural source. So an example of that might be your apple. Like, that's a whole food based item. Going down a little bit less or a little bit more processed is going to be your applesauce, which is incredibly helpful for someone who just needs some quick carbs right before their exercise, or someone who is going on a walk or a run. Like, these are all things that are definitely doable. And then going even further, we might look at like apple juice. All right, we might look at like the fruit leathers. These are all things that can be in your nutrition program, but what we're trying to do is get you to the point where overall, at least 80% of the time, you're really trying to navigate whole food based items, so things closest to the natural source. One really good way to think about this is if 80% of your meals are coming from your kitchen, then you're really working that out. And so congratulations if that happens for you. So as we go down a little bit more, your macronutrient distribution is going to really matter. So depending on your goals, right, going back down your calorie consumption and getting clear on what that is, depending on your goal, you might need to have higher protein intake. You might need to have more of your carbohydrates during certain times. You might need to emphasize fats because you feel like you're getting really hungry. And so fats and protein are the two things that help you to feel full and help you to sustain fullness longer. And so what I usually try to tell people is like, hey, as you're calculating these, one really good way is to make sure that you're monitoring and looking at your activity level. But a good place to start with your protein intake is to be like, okay, take your weight in kilograms and multiply that by 1.6, and that gives you kind of a variance of where you might need to be in reference to creating lean muscle. Again, nutrition only cannot only do that. Your activity and your time under tension and your strength conditioning, like those things are always going to play a role. But for our sake right here, creating your own nutrition program, your macronutrient distribution is going to be based off of your individual goals. So if you are someone at this point that's like, how the heck do I do that? That's why you're going to see a link where it's like, hey, I'm always offering free coaching calls, free 15-minute coaching calls for people. So we'll put a link under this that provides you with that opportunity just to jump on and be like, hey, Des, like I need some help in these areas. Like, where am I missing out? And from there, we're trying to see like, okay, like, do you need coaching or you just need a refresher? All right. So going even further, we're looking at timing and frequency. Again, I kind of put this at the top of a hierarchy because these things really don't matter if you don't have the blueprint of success, which is your calorie consumption, your nutrition quality, and then your macronutrient distribution. So your timing and frequency is not as important as the things below that. So I want you thinking of that as you're trying to build these things in. So as we go even further, we're looking at supplementation. Let me kind of help you with this, okay? So with your supplementation, you can't out-supplement a really imbalanced and bad diet, okay? Let me say that again. You cannot out-supplement an imbalanced or bad diet. I don't care how great the supplement is. And even going even further, these supplements need to be third-party tested to make sure that they're safe for your consumption. All right. And so if you find yourself having a supplement where it says NSF or Informed Choice or Informed Sport, those are going to be top echelon of supplements compared to others. But again, we're trying to make sure that the bottom three are being taken care of. And then we can talk about supplementation because a supplement supplements an already balanced diet. Okay. Obviously, there's a lot more to this, but I'm trying to get your mind wrapped around, hey, if you're feeling lost in these areas and you're feeling the need to constantly quit on yourself or feeling frustrated that you're not creating results, it's likely that you don't have someone guiding you through these first three so that you can get to the next two, so that when we get into the details, we're helping you to be successful. So as always, you're going to see a link here that's going to help you either jump on a free coaching call with me just to see like, hey, where are my holes? Do I need help? Do I need coaching? And then going even further to apply for the program. All right. So I hope this was helpful. Have a beautiful day. Peace.